Greetings and thank you for joining us today. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little about your role in the police force?
Thanks for having me. I'm Deputy Superintendent Yufan Alex. I'm currently the director for the investigation department to ensure internal discipline in the force.
Right, thank you. Well, what are some of the most common challenges that you face in your position?
I think the common challenges we face is that as much as we want to impart quality, we don't have much spare time because of the real life things that we do, and we are unable to spend the time to have proper quality officers. Although, as much as we want to have as much training as possible, that's our setbacks that we have to live two lives here.
Right, thank you. Moving on to the next question. Can you outline the process for someone interested in joining a police force, and what are the basic requirements in order to join?
We generally have recruitments every 2 to 3 months. Our requirements are relatively low. We are just looking for real genuine interest in joining the force and an intention to learn as we grow.
Thank you very much. So now, what opportunities what opportunities for career advancement exist within the police force?
We have multiple units to join that serve different interests. We have traffic police, we have special forces, and we also have upcoming units that are in planning at the moment. For promotion wise, we look at activity, we look at contribution to the force, and overall discipline.
Right, understood. Alright, now moving on to the final question. What advice would you give to someone who's considering a career in the police force?
All I can say is just give it a try because we welcome you with open hands. As long as you don't have any bad criminal track records. Other than that, do try to apply. It's not that hard, and we'll try to train you the best we could.
Greetings and thank you for joining us today. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little about your role in Bomba?
All right, hello everyone. My name is Deputy Fire Commissioner Jingo Kilman with the Fire and Rescue Department of MYSverse, and I'm currently the overseeing officer of the Special Tactical Operations Rescue Malaysia, otherwise known as STORM, and the director of operation of our department.
All right, thank you. So, could you describe your current role and responsibilities as a commissioned officer in the firefighting force?
As a commissioned officer of the Fire and Rescue Department, it is my job to ensure that our operations and our manpower are all up to date and ensuring that everyone is operationally ready for any situation that requires our assistance.
Right. So, what are some of the most common challenges you face in your position?
Some of the most common challenges that we do face in Bomba is that we tend to face lots of road traffic collisions, which is probably one of the most common incidents that we tend to from day-to-day basis. And so of course, we have to deal with people panicking for help, and we always have to tend to many people with limited amount of manpower, and that is one of the most challenging things that we have to deal with from day to day.
Understood. So, moving on now. What kind of training did you undergo to become an officer in the firefighting force?
So regarding training, we had to undergo through a tough, rigorous application course first before proceeding onwards with a basic firefighting course, which comprised of lots of theory. It was very heavy on theory, and as well as many practical trainings. So heavy on the theory and practical, and then also with a practical and theory examination as well.
All right, thank you. So, how does your team prepare for different types of emergencies?
Well, my firefighters are working around the clock, always conducting trainings in their spare time, always conducting trainings to familiarize themselves with their assets, familiarizing themselves with their kit, and always preparing for any situation that we may get called upon to.
All right. Understand. So, what advice would you give to someone interested in joining the firefighting force?
Well, I'd say if you are interested in joining our fire department, fire and rescue department, you need to be someone with character and someone with motivation, because motivation is the only thing that's probably going to keep you going in this job.
Greetings and thank you for joining us today. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little about your role in the armed forces?
My name is Danny. Okay, my in-game username is Zanturanoi. I am a major in the army.
My name in the real life is Firman, and in game, my name is Shoki. So, actually, I'm the Lieutenant Udara, and also I'm the Lieutenant Udara for the Air Training Division School.
Greetings and good evening, everyone. My name in real life, my name is Amir. As my username for Roblox is Amazon_02, and I'm the rank of sub lieutenant or lieutenant Madhya.
How does the training differ depending on the branch of the armed forces? So for army, how does the training work in your stage?
Okay, as for the army, so we are made of multiple regiments, and our current composition mainly revolves around the 4th Mechanized Brigade. So as for the infantry wise, most of our training mostly emphasize mechanized warfare. And as for support element, we have recently commissioned, or recommissioned to be exact, the artillery regiment. So as for the artillery, we mainly focus on providing close support fire, and as for the regular infantries, we mostly emphasize on mechanized infantry. And as for the armored corps, specifically the 11th Armored Regiment, they mostly focus on armored warfare. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so for the training for the RMBF, we currently have now the RMBF from regiment. We have the regiment, and also we have a new division right now for the regiment. This is ARP. But for the regiment, it's more focused on the airbase. But for the ARP, it's actually to take over handed on the pilot if have the pilot got hostage from enemies, or pilot got down by enemies. And also now we move to the 1A division. That's it. We have the fighter squadron, rotor squadron, and also we have the heavily multi-crew squadron. Basically, on the fighter squadron, they're more to the fight on the air, for the takeover air from any fighter jet enemies want to go into our space. And we have the multi crew for the cargo drop and para drop. They also got teamwork on the para, and also with the GK for the para drop and also cargo drop. And next we move to the fighter. Roto. They have the medivacs. We have the medivac for the who want to medivac from the green zone to the back to base lah. After that, for the Roto also we have the supply. If they have the zone, green zone, we can supply what they want to. That's from the Roto.
Alright. So for the Navy, our composition based on, we have strike flotilla, which is mainly we use the large frigate classes, such as we have right now the LQ class, and we just recently opened patrol flotilla, which is consists of the the KD Mahawangsa is in the the support flotilla, and we also have, and for each ship of our fleet, we have this team called VBSS, which stands for Visit, Board, Search and Seizure, in which their task is mainly to board the ship and unidentified ship, and then they handle the situation, whatever is going on that unidentified vessel. And you also have air wing. So for strike flotilla, basically our main task is our main doctrine is the focusing on surface warfare, as well as we also do patrol around maritime waters under the law. And for support flotilla, on the other hand, the doctrine is about logistics, where we can carry cargoes from one point to another, as well as amphibious warfare, in which we also support the movement for GGK as well as para, using CB90s. And we also have the VBSS team, in which they also will guide GGK and para for amphibious warfare. And our vessels, on the other hand, as we can actually perform what's called what is somewhere similar to JTAC, if I'm not mistaken. We can actually perform naval bombardment support towards the elements of GGK and para if they necessarily need it. And so we also have a naval air wing, in which they will provide support towards our elements of strike flotilla and support flotilla if needed.
Can all of your branches can you walk us through the recruitment processes for those interested in becoming commissioned officers? So we'll start off with Army.
Very tricky question. Okay, in terms of recruitment processes, I can start with that. It's very much easy. It's very easy actually, because all you do is, most of the time our recruitment officers, they post advertisements for the regiments. So from there, there would actually be a link to the Army career server, and then from there, you can actually open up tickets in which you can actually apply. So once you opened a ticket, there will be a prompt, okay, which provides you a link to our application platform. And then right after application, the recruitment officers, alongside with the military police, they will conduct a background screening on you. And then from there, once you pass your application, you are to attend a recruitment. And from there, if you wish to be a commissioned officer, it might be a long journey for you. It will be a long journey for you, okay? Because for one to actually get promoted in the Army, you have to go through a lot of promotion courses. Let's say, for example, if you are a private, you want to go for a corporal rank, you gotta attend a promotion course, which we implemented and drafted specifically for the role that you are applying for, basically the rank that you're applying for. So each grade, they have their own promotion courses, okay? So for example, the junior non-commissioned officers, they have their own course. For the senior non-commissioned officer, they have their own sets of course. And lastly, the officers or the warrant officers, they have their own course as well. And lastly, the commissioned officers, you have officer school. So it's a long journey. However, if you excel or if you possess, the necessary skills, the soft skills that the army needs, who knows? It would be a very much easy journey for you to become an officer. That's all for me.
Now moving on to Air Force. How does this contrast in comparison to Army? How does your non-commissioned officers promotions work exactly?
Alright, so for the recruitment, it will be same on the army, but we are different. We don't use the form. We just use the advertisement, and then they need to join the game. After that, we need to verify if they clear or not, and then we clear to going to the OB and also drill. And also we have the Tiger Den to make sure they need to go regiment, or we have other choice. That's it. Flight school. When we want to do the flight school, first we need to know they can be pilot or not. Okay, and then for the promote, I only can tell you it's about like when someone want to going to the next rank, they need to the active, discipline, and also make sure they don't have any problem on the current rank. If have them the clear position, they will going through. If they have the clear record, they don't have any kill on police or something like that. After that, we also need to have verified from the our Lieutenant Colonel if they can promote or not. That's it from RMF.
Alright, moving on to Navy.
Very well. The contrast between Army and Air Force and between us is just very similar. The only makes us different is that they only have to wait for the announcement that the Navy will be open recruitment and will be doing checks just like Army and Air Force. And pretty much similar to the Air Force and Army, we also do OB and the rifle drill, somewhat. The only thing that makes us different is that we have some swimming test to see if they are capable to endure the survivability on waters. And after they go through the recruitment, they will go through the Naval Education and Training Center, or also known as KD Sultan Ismail, in which they will go through all of phases in which they are primarily focused on basic seamanship and surface warfare.
What advice would you give to those considering a career into the armed forces? Take it away, Denny.
Right. Advisors a lot actually. But yeah. So recently, right after the rebrand of the MYS community from MYS to MYSverse and everything, the armed forces, we have changed our approach on the community itself from just being a milsim community to a community where we endorse or we try our best to actually promote patriotism and to introduce younger audience, newer generations, and to give them the experience of how not really exactly, but how the army or the armed forces in general functions in real life. It gives them a sense of pride on how is it to actually be a serviceman or a servicewoman in the armed forces. So in terms of advisors, other advisors is what we're looking for right now. For the army, at least, we're looking for junior leaderships. We're looking for potential leaders, like junior leaders, young leaders. So Yeah, so it's a great way, it's a chance for you to actually prove that you have the leadership skills. Okay, so if you feel like you're mature, if you feel like you can lead, if you feel like you are confident enough to speak in front of people or a lot of audiences, if you feel like you can actually provide or pass down knowledge into other people, then yeah, you should consider a career in the armed forces. That's all from me.
Right, moving on to Air Force.
Alright. Hello. Okay. Sorry. Okay. For the advice, I can say for who's considering on the career in the RMAF, I would like advise to them to prepare more the challenging about challenge about the mission or something, and also have the training that have very hard. So don't worry. Okay. You guys will get the important thing, you guys have to have what we call it strong sense. Okay, so make sure you guys have the teamwork, and also same with the in real life. If you guys want to join the army or something like that, you need to have the physical fitness, build yourself, and mental. You guys have the good mental, good teamwork. Inshallah, they will guide you on the military career.
Right, moving on, we will finally end with Navy.
Very well. We are looking for talented people to become part of our naval forces, in which we are interested to have anyone that joins that has courage, teamwork, and patience. The patience is the most important key in our naval force. So my advice is for those who are eager to join us. Well, it's just one thing I can say. You have to be prepared for yourself in order to be part of us. In which be prepared doesn't mean prepared by where do I need to apply for the armed forces and so whatnot. But you also have to prepare in terms of your confidence and your prepare for your mental as well. Very well. I do have something to say.
Go on.
All right. We recently just opened the support flotilla. In this case, I feel if you guys here watching this stream, and you guys feel interested to join, then try yourself and see what we can do to you in order to make you feel proud of becoming one of us.
Moving on to Army.
If you are really considering a career in the armed forces, it is very recommendable that you guys basically, as for the audience, to actually be brave in regards to voicing out or using your microphone in BC, because I'm pretty sure nowadays almost every career in the armed forces requires someone to actually have a microphone. So don't be shy, don't be scared, because I can assure you MYSverse is a safe place for you to be in, and it's a very inclusive community.
And finally, with Air Force.
Alright, so for me, okay. So if you guys are interested on our friends is IBF, is the TUDM, so you guys can apply now. Waiting our announcement on the ATD server. For now we have the new division that's called ARP. So like I said just now, if you guys want to join the ARP, you guys need to join a regiment. Okay. For now, the ARP is so new, so you guys have the chance to join the ARP. That's it from me. Thank you.
Alright, thank you very much. Thank you for your time and the important work you do in keeping our community safe. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.